Yo, 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 yo. What is good? What is good, everybody? What is good? What is good? We up on here late night tonight, y'all. Wanted to come up here, you know what I'm saying, at least come on live tonight or something. Had a long day today. Had a very long day. All I can say is today was a good day. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? What is good? What is good? What y'all? Quick question. Quick question for all you guys that are on here. Why are y'all here? What are y'all? What are y'all still doing up? What are y'all still doing up, man? Why are y'all up right now? That's the crazy part about it. What is up? What are y'all doing on here? What are y'all doing up, man? Come on, man. Oh, yeah, that Coley Ray. What, 10K? Yeah, I seen that she only gonna sell 10K. Did y'all hear about the Boosie numbers? They were saying 500, but I don't believe that. I think they trying to sabotage my dog, man. They can't sabotage Boosie. Boosie is making music for the hood. So I don't think that's gonna happen like that. Big T's just cooling, just cracked open a 12-pack. Bro, I feel you. Bro. Listen, I just got done. We went over to my girl's aunt's crib, right? And went over there, and I mean, she cooked. We got several plates, and she's like one of them type of aunts that's like, bro, take everything. She doesn't even like to keep food. And she'll have like a plethora of just food, like collard greens, neck bones, turkey, barbecue chicken, Brunswick stew, all the soul food you can think of, beans, black eyed peas, potato salad, steak, ribs, all of this. She don't want no leftovers, and then she's going to turn right back around and she's going to cook again tomorrow morning. Well, actually in about 5 more hours, she's going to get back to cooking. And she's like, okay, I need to see y'all back over here tomorrow. And I'm like, what else can you make on the menu? Like, what else can you make on the menu? The only thing that she did not cook was seafood. So she might do a seafood melody tomorrow. I don't know. It might be something like that. But them ribs, oh my goodness, that Brunswick stew, whoo. And I already have a take-home plate. That's the crazy thing about it. I have a take-home plate already. I have a damn take-home plate. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. But what's good, everybody? I appreciate everybody coming on here tonight, man. It is officially 4th of July, so I don't know if some of you guys are already shooting fireworks or not. I made some fireworks. I made a nice little beat, and I already saved it already, so too bad, too sad. But, you know, made some beats, and I feel kind of good. Like, I'm up tonight. I was actually hooking up some more speakers and stuff I had in here. I went in and hooked up all my little focal speakers and stuff together, so I have 2 pairs of focal speakers up here going at the same time. Sounds pretty cool. And I'm just over here chilling. And I said, you know what? Let me get on live and let's just have a little Q&A. Let's just talk a little bit. Let's talk about some things that are going on right now. And, oh, you just got some Whataburger? Man, we got one finna open up over here. I can't wait. Cannot wait. So first things first, if you see a few ads on here, y'all don't leave. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave. everybody's not going to see an ad, but ad revenue, all that good stuff. We all need this to survive in this whole YouTube world right now. And I'm actually going to be streaming a lot more on here because I actually like connecting with you guys on here with streaming and just talking, period. Where can I drop my dope beats? We will have a live beat review next week. So I will have a sign up this Friday. So if you want to sign up for the live beat review, it will be this Friday. And we're doing a pop-up this week as well. So we're going to do, I'm just going to post it, and whoever sends their beats in will be played. So that's how we're going to do it this week. Usually I try to do a live review every single week, but sometimes you got to have a break, man. You got to have a break from just about damn near anything in your life. Like a lot of you guys who are producing right now, take a break and enjoy the world around you. Okay. And everybody that's on here right now, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you do want to donate to the chat revenue, which I call that the collection plate, please, go ahead and donate $1, $2, $3. That helps or whatever. And keeps me motivated to keep doing this right here. And plus it helps the channel. So if you can, you can. If you can't, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But if you do see some ads on here, like one that's going to pop up in a second, do not fret. It's all good. We're fine. You know what I'm saying? We are fine. Okay. We are good. So y'all don't leave out of here if you see an ad. Okay. But I do want to talk about one thing, and we was actually having a conversation, about this earlier. It was about, the state of music production right now. And I was pretty much trying to defend a lot of the newer producers, because right now, pretty much if you just kind of stay within the wave right now, you can potentially get like a placement or potentially make it on somebody's album. And what some of these guys were saying, which these guys were actually younger guys were saying that a lot of the new beats basically all sound the same, which they all do. I just believe that we're in that era right now where beats are going to sound, the way they're going to sound. I think there's a few producers right now who are a little bit different, and they kind of bring a different, thing to the game. But for the most part, everything pretty much sounds about damn near the same. You know what I'm saying? But some people have different style 808s and stuff like that. But if you kind of listen to all the tracks in a row, yeah, they do kind of sound very similar. And I ain't gonna lie, I make a lot of beats, that kind of push the narrative a little bit, because I'm a little bit different when I make my beats. Either you're gonna really like my beat or you're not gonna like it at all. And I think that's what makes me special, because I have a certain style of production, and if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't try to play down the middle with it. And what I was telling a lot of people, what's it? Visual Ink. Have you ran your vocals through the Tascam to the Apollo? Yeah, I'm actually doing that right now. And I'm using the compressor on the Tascam and a little bit of the EQ on the Tascam right now. So yeah, I am doing that. But for you guys out there, do you think that the state of production is ruining hip hop? Do you feel like people are afraid to kind of step outside themselves? Do you feel like, everybody's just pretty much on the same wave because they think it's going to be a quick buck? Because as of right now, I was reading credits on these albums, man, and it was kind of crazy. It's like every single song on there has 3 and 4 producers on every single song. But it's like, did you really need 3 or 4 people to make this? You know what I'm saying? And do you think that a lot of producers right now are trying to appease to certain artists? Do you think that right now everybody's just playing it safe because they don't want to, necessarily, lose out on a placement or lose out, on something like that? What do you guys think about that? Like, what do you guys think? Because I think a lot of times, a lot of these guys are just really trying to stay in that safe zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are really trying to stay in that safe zone rather than, try to step outside the box or whatever and try to push these artists to do something a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? And something's going on with my chat box over here. I don't know what's going on. I'm in OBS right now, so I got to figure out this chat box situation, which I did set it. But I don't know what's going on with it. But AI is going to take over production anyway. I think it's a major label push. Okay, I can see that. Unfortunately, yes, too much. Following the blueprint, afraid to be original. Okay. Business, politics. Okay, how can I send you songs? I'll pay for it. Okay. So I see pretty much you saying that it could be, some of y'all are saying label politics or people are scared to step outside the box and they say whatever. So let me ask you this question. Do you guys think that a lot of these artists like have pretty much hit their ceiling? You understand what I'm saying? Like artistically, do you think these guys can even go that far? Do you think that these rappers, or do you think a lot of these producers have pretty much hit the ceiling and they cannot make anything better because they don't know how to even go further than that? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that people are just they're not capable of going any further? You know what I'm saying? Because like right now, there's a lot of producers that come by the spot, right? And I'll be like, hey, why don't we try to do something a little different? And then they kind of like, nah, we don't do that. Even though they have all the tools and everything to their disposal, do you think that it seems like, I'm not saying do you think, I was going to ask a question, but it's kind of rhetorical, but I'm just going to say what I'm saying. I think that a lot of these producers have pretty much hit that ceiling. I think that's as far as they can go. I think whatever they're doing now is probably as far as they go. I think they just pretty much reached their peak and they don't really know where to go from that point. Because there's a lot of people who say that they're producers and they can step outside the box and do everything. But then when they step outside the box, it's like not a full step. It's like a pinky toe outside of the box. It might be one different sound, but the bass lines are the same, hi-hats are the same, snares are the same, everything is the same. You know what I'm saying? Everything is the same. And I feel like, to be honest, I don't feel like music's really going to pretty much evolve too much, because I think that a lot of people right now are just, like how you saying game related, everybody's pretty much following trends right now. And I think it's really up to, and to be honest with you guys, you kind of can blame a few people, but really you got to blame the audience, because the audience is who are choosing this. It's like, it's almost like as producers, we can really change the game, but the audience, in a sense, is what really keeps everything the same. Because if the audience is still buying it, why should we even change it? You know what I'm saying? If the audience is buying it, they're continuing to buy it, why should we change, or why should we be forced to change, in a sense? Because we can talk about it all the time. We can say, oh, the producer's making the same beats, the artists are saying the same thing, this, that, whatever. But the consumers are buying so much of it over and over and over, and they're spitting these lines, you know what I'm saying, hand in hand with these artists. You know what I'm saying? So will there ever really be a change? Because the consumers are the ones that are eating this up, and they're really not letting this go, in a sense. There hasn't been a big wave saying, oh, we want to bring real hip hop back. Now, it's been like that, you know what I'm saying? It's been like that before. You know what I'm saying? But now it's not like that. And people say, well, it could be the companies. It could be this. It could be that. It could be a whole bunch of stuff. But it's still up to the consumers, because the companies are only going to pump in money to what the consumers want. Because let me tell you this, a lot of y'all, right? A lot of y'all are saying, oh, it's the companies that are doing this, the companies that are doing that. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. The companies ain't really doing nothing. They're just following whatever train is on right now. And I'm going to tell you why. With my biggest hit, right? When we signed over to Capitol, a lot of people inside of that building did not believe in the record. However, they still had to push the record because the record was so big, and they had to find ways of pushing it. See, the companies don't do anything, to tell you the truth. They don't do much at all. They just find what's good. They try to sign it really quick. They try to give it some money, and then they put a little fire underneath what's already there. So it's really hard for a lot of people who are independent artists to compete with that one TikTok song, that 5 seconds of a TikTok song that's got really hot, and then a company signs it, and then next you know, they're spending a $200,000 budget, you know what I'm saying, just for one genre radio. You know what I'm saying? You have to really spend money to kind of get this stuff up. And that's pretty much it. It's not like the music business is sitting there and be like, we need to make another Lil Baby record. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. They're basically looking at what's hot, what's being cultivated on the streets, and then what's coming in hot. Okay, boom, this is hot. We need to put this on the press right now. You know what I'm saying? But if we did try to change the narrative of this, right, do you think the consumers will follow? Do you think the consumers will follow? Do you think it'll be some sort of a backlash or something like that? Do you think the consumers will follow? And to be honest with you guys, I don't know. Because right now, everything is so high energy, it's crazy. It's like right now, you know, you got some really dope people that are just dope out here, really dope. But the masses are not on them like that, even though people know that they are super dope. You know what I'm saying? That people know that they're dope. You know what I'm saying? That, okay, I feel you what you're saying, Etta Decay. Yeah, when the streets approve, they have to follow. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, we are a street-driven type of society. And for us who are producers, are we wrong for staying on the same course? You know what I'm saying? I feel what you're saying, Sheldon. I feel what you're saying. What that technology is something that is kind of bringing this about as well, because, you know, technology, they pretty much know what you like right now with cookies and everything being enabled on all this stuff. They pretty much know what you like before you even like it, and they're gonna feed you that. They're gonna feed you that. So if they know that you're a Lil Baby fan, they're gonna feed you that. They're gonna feed you Lil Rodriguez. They're gonna Rollo Rodriguez. They're gonna feed you that. They're gonna feed you Future. They're gonna feed you all this, and it's gonna be the same thing over and over again. And you're gonna have to continue to keep hearing that because that's what it is. However, it's because you know what's good, J. Coop. What's good? Now let me ask you this, right? Pushing the narrative. Let's say, for instance, we're talking about pushing the narrative, right? Okay, let's think about it like this. Timberland. You know, Timberland is a crazy producer. You know, he could take samples, flip those things, had them things sounding real good. He pushes the boundaries. But why have we not heard more Timberland records like that? Is it because it's an older style, which I don't think so? Or do you think that right now everybody is fixated on this particular sound and it's not going to be any change? Like, he has some really dope records that's out right now, but I'm just saying, competing against the trap style, street type records that are out right now with that type of production right now. You know what I'm saying? And that is true. Tupac, who is the current trendsetter, and right now, to be honest with you, you would have to say Metro right now. Either Metro, I'm gonna tell you right now, either Metro or the producer for Ice Spice. Metro, the producer for Ice Spice, okay, or what's his name? BYNX, what's his name? I think that's how you say his name. He does all the Yeet stuff. He's a trendsetter in this thing too. Like, I like what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? His lives are crazy too. But It's because he's not selling his tracks for $25, $50, $100. Zaytoven, of course, but you know, Zaytoven is always going to be like at the top of the list. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Benny X, okay. Yeah. But what do you guys think would change this? You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think will change? Yeah, BYNX, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. What do you guys think would change, the way we really produce right now? What would get us back to the meat and potatoes of hip hop, really? You know what I'm saying? And I'm strictly talking about hip hop. R&B is what it is. Which is R&B is using hip hop beats and stuff right now. But Kid Rock. But okay, it's called Benny X. Okay, cool. But what do you think would make a change for that? What do you think will make a change? Because there's already dope artists out right now that are trying to change the narrative. But it's very hard to change the narrative if the consumers want a certain sound, like they're used to this sound, they're used to this 808 sound. Get back to that New York sound. Okay, yeah, I can see about getting back to that. I'm not really necessarily saying getting back to that New York sound, but I'm talking about getting back to stuff that has some substance. Like right now, one of the main things that I cannot stand, and I'm being totally honest with you guys, and this is not just like an old guy who's just like talking shit. One thing that I cannot understand is when certain rappers get on songs and they rapping, and I cannot understand a word what they're saying. Not one word. I don't hear not one word what these guys are saying. And I'm sitting there like really listening to what these guys are saying. And I can't understand one word. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, you got to go against the machine. And like I just said, Charles 13X, like I don't feel like it's even the machine's fault. You know what I'm saying? No more auto-tune sounds like Transformers rap. It does. Like I can't understand that one word what these guys are saying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there like, okay, I can hear this word, but you can't, like really, some of these guys when they're rapping, I can't understand nothing that they're saying. And it's not even like a real message. It's all like it's either like a flaw situation or it's like, I'm doing better than you, or I hate you, or I need to come get you, or with the females, it's like, we already know what most of the females are talking about right now. It's like, it's not that good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's not that good. we want the dreadlock and bifocals Bolo back. Oh man, I got to do something on the sequential about that. Give an example. Well, I actually talked about this earlier in the live. I don't know if you was on here, but basically what happened is, my example, I'm going to say this one more time really quickly before everybody came on here. My example, yes, Hit Boy is doing it with Nas, but they're still not selling as high as a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But Hit Boy is definitely doing it with Nas. But here's my example. The reason why the machine's not doing it. Right now, back in the 90s, if you were a dope artist and they used to have like talent showcases where A&Rs and record labels would throw talent showcases, big talent showcases, to find the next best thing, right? Or it'll be an A&R who can catch whiff about, oh, it's a guy who's really dope over in this city. You need to go check him out, go out to his show and see what's going on. And even though this person might not be selling a ton of stuff, you can see the potential in the artist, and the A&R could basically say, hey, listen, I see some potential in this artist. We need to go ahead and sign them. They would sign them, and they would put them basically through like artist boot camp. You know what I'm saying? They would get everything right, get this artist ready to go, put them on a few features, do some other stuff, do some touring, you know what I'm saying, get them on some tours, get people to know this artist or whatever, and then they put them out. You know what I'm saying? That's the machine doing the machine work. However, now it's where you could be here at your house. Like, you could be right here at your crib like how I am right now. I can make a song right now, upload the song to YouTube. I can upload the song to IG. I can upload the song to TikTok. I can do all of that, right? And then that somebody might hear that song, and then somebody might repost that song, and then somebody else might hear that song and they might repost it. Then somebody might like it and they repost it and they repost it. And then next you know, this song blows up completely, right? Then now you say, oh shoot, this song is blowing up. I need to put this on iTunes. So you go ahead and throw the song on iTunes, and now you're racking up hella sales because you're getting so many streams and stuff right now, right? And then from that point, the record labels come. They're like, hey, we see what you're doing. We like you. We want to sign you. And then the label gets you in, and then they don't really like you. They like the song. You know what I'm saying? This is not artist development no more. They really only like the song. And then what they do is they take what is already hot and they make it hotter. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say that it's not necessarily the machine. I think it's more or less what the people, the consumers like on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have, like, as much as we try to do the mixtape stuff like that, we don't have the mixtape DJ where you can go down the street and, you know, you got the mixtape DJ and his shop and all that stuff. You go in there and you get the mixtapes and all that stuff. We don't have that anymore. That middleman of a mixtape DJ is pretty much done with the whole iTunes situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, DJ Drama is doing stuff like that. DJ Khaled is doing stuff like that, but those are more like compilation albums, to tell you the truth, more or less than mixtapes in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So, like I was saying before, it's not necessarily like, well, actually somebody else has said it right here. It's not necessarily talent. It's just basically what people like. And from my point of view, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I feel like it is going to be very hard. And hear me out. It's going to be very hard for a producer to change the narrative, especially if people are stuck on what they like right now. And what they like right now is what is on the radio and what's being played over and over and over and over. DJ Hadouken, what's good, man? I think that's one thing that people have to understand is I think that nothing is going to change anytime soon with beats. I think we're going to be another 10 more years before we even see that, or it's going to be something that it has to be out of this world that's just going to change it. You know what I'm saying? And yes, you're right, Movie King. Mixtape DJs were really breaking records. And now we don't have that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. And it's almost kind of sad a little bit because of these mixtape DJs. A lot of these guys are not really even prevalent anymore. It's like they just been wiped out. And I think those original mixtape DJs don't get the credit that they really should get. Because right now there is no mixtape DJs. There's none. You know what I'm saying? There's none. So right now, really, the mixtape DJs are the TikToks or the Instagrams or the YouTubes, the stuff that just, you know, that you can see right now in front of your face. That 10 or 15 seconds right now is what really is demanding the audience attention. Yeah. Sino did something with that Freaky T beat. He definitely did. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. I'm gonna tell you some other stuff too. Sino actually had some really crazy tracks that I thought was going to make the Young Thug album, but it didn't. I'm talking about some crazy tracks. He let me hear him a little early. You know what I'm saying? The Thug album is out now, but he let me hear him early. Them things were crazy. Like, C-Note is pushing the boundaries with a lot of stuff too. But that's what I'm saying. As hard as his tracks are, you know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that like Lil Baby does, Future does, stuff like that type of stuff is really kind of like driving the whole hip hop scene. Not to say there's not producers out here who are just really making some good stuff. Cause I tell C-Note all the time, I'm like, bro, you got some of the hardest beats I've ever heard in my life. Like when I was in Africa, we got back from the club and C-Note called me because, you know, we were 6 hours ahead of, you know, American time. So it was like 4 o'clock in the morning in Africa, and it was like 10 o'clock, you know what I'm saying, at night in the States. And he called me, and we were just chopping it up. And like I was telling him, I was like, yo, like, you can really push the boundaries. You know what I'm saying? You could really push the new sound. But the thing about it is, will the consumers eat that up? You know what I'm saying? Will the consumers eat that up? And I even told him, I was like, man, you might need to do like a whole album or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Lift it, no, okay, yes, brand yourself. Yeah, of course you can brand yourself. You can definitely brand yourself. You can do that for yourself, but are the consumers going to follow that brand? That's the thing. Because we can always brand ourselves, rebrand ourselves, rebrand ourselves, you know what I'm saying, as producers or as artists or as writers, but I think it's really up to, you know, the consumers, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. Yeah, that is true. Make what you love. You might be right, Hadouken. Atlanta is going through an identity crisis. I can definitely say that. And you know what? And to be honest with you, Atlanta is going. Yeah, I think it is going through an identity crisis. With, you know what I'm saying, is you know, it's definitely doing that, because right now it's like, you know, who is really the one? You know what I'm saying? Who is really the one to really step up and bring this whole thing together here? You know what I'm saying? Because Atlanta is very vital to the whole hip hop scene. As much as some people don't understand it, Atlanta is very vital, because even when New York was on its throne, let's understand this, even when New York was sitting on their throne and they were doing this from the late 80s all the way to the 2000s, to the early 2000s, you know what I'm saying, from the 70s, 80s, all to 2000s, a lot of those guys were recording in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? A lot of recording was going in Atlanta at that time. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get the Larry Jones and the La Russells. Yeah, because they, you know, Larry Jones and La Russells, they're doing a lot of stuff on that independent side or whatever, and you know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things where, okay, yeah, you can stay independent, but you don't have that muscle with the industry to kind of get to a bigger crowd. Because like La Russell is like really grassroots. Larry June is like grassroots as well. Like my biggest record was really grassroots. You know what I'm saying? But then I felt at that time, I was like, we're going to need a label, because this is the thing, and this is what a lot of people don't understand. But you know, I'm gonna talk about the Outkast thing too. This, you gotta understand, like with my record, it came to a point to where I had to think. I was like, okay, listen, if we try to do this thing, if we try to do it independent, by the time we spend the money and do everything that we do, we're gonna get in return, we're gonna make just about the same amount, you know what I'm saying, as dealing with a record label. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? So after all the money we would have to spend to get the song to where it was at its height, after we did that and what we recruit back from that, it would have been pretty much the same thing that the label was paying us. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like people are like, oh, I want to go independent. But then you got to understand, while you're independent, you got to pay for everything. You got to take care of everything. And you don't really have a staff like that. So what I needed a staff. I wanted a staff. I didn't want to do too much. I just wanted the record to do what it had to do. And, you know, that's why we signed over there with Capitol, because they had the staff and they did, you know, all of that. Yeah, you can do everything yourself. I did everything myself on a couple of occasions that I had artists get signed, and we did everything ourselves. But then it came to a point to where you had to hire a staff. You got to do this stuff. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is, like, this thing is not easy doing everything by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks you can just do it by yourself. No. Even the people who say, like you just saying, get alone, use AI, you don't need a team for real. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay? Yes, you do. Even for the stuff that we were doing with like let's say for instance Lil Donald. Okay? Lil Donald's a platinum artist. He did everything by himself, independent. Even though we were doing everything ourselves, you understand it was still me, him, my guy Biggs, you know what I'm saying? Then we had to have other people come on in. We had other people with other liaisons. We had the radio people that had to come on in with Lester. We had other radio people that came on in. So that's two more people that came in. Then you got to do all your art people. You got to do all this. You have to do all of that stuff because you cannot do everything at one time. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it. You cannot do it. Anybody who says you do not need a team is they are not understanding how this thing works. I'm just being totally honest with you guys. You're gonna have to need a team. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you this: Blazing Hot Tracks, a good manager if you popping. You don't necessarily even need a good manager. Okay, I tell a lot of people all the time. They're like, "Bolo, why don't you manage me?" You don't need me to manage you. You don't need that. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that at all. You know what I'm saying? A manager is just a buffer. You know what I'm saying? A manager is just a buffer between you and other people. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And like right now, you don't need A&Rs right now. Like, what are A&Rs? Like, you don't really even need A&Rs right now. Like right now, Ice Spice is signed to a deal and she doesn't even have an A&R because they could do everything themselves. Bolo, I heard when you was making Drac Boys, you used to. Yeah, I used to make beats for the Drac Boys. I used to be over there every day. I grew up over there. Sure did. I used to make beats with the Drac Boys. I had to lock in every day. I was over there every day. Manage yourself then. I did. Blazing Hot Tracks, I did. I manage myself right now. I don't have a manager. I have a business partner, but I do not have a manager. To tell you the truth, I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. A publicist is actually more important than a manager right now. A publicist, a graphic designer, a videographer, and somebody who is good with working with computers, who knows how to upload, who knows how to optimize. Those are things that you need. And yes, Mr. Sharp, you need a lawyer. Okay? Have I used any other UK NY drill beats? I have sent them things out. You know what I'm saying? I have sent them out. And you never know. Like with these, it's so many beats out right now. You never know if somebody's using your beat or not. You just don't find out until the paperwork comes in. That's pretty much it. Managers still important. That's what a lot of y'all guys think that. They think managers are really important. Managers, okay, and this is what I try to tell people, and this goes for producers as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I meant. Like social media guy, all that stuff like that. That's all computer IT guy, whatever. Social media person. But managers, let me tell you something. And I think a lot of you guys, oh yeah, yeah. I used to work over there with Shakespeare. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And at Zach's. I used to be over at Zach's too. I used to be over there with Polo. Yeah. Yep. That's right. I was going to say that, Blazing Hot Tracks. A lot of people think you have to have managers. The only reason why you would possibly need to have a manager is because you cannot manage yourself. Reason being, like, say for instance, if you're trying to record or you're trying to go on the road and you're trying to do stuff as an artist, you need to be able to be able to focus on what you need to focus on. Then that's when you get a manager. A lot of you guys think having a manager means, oh, I need to find this certain manager and that manager is going to put me on. No, a manager means exactly what it is. They're there to just manage what you have going on. That's it. Unless they're like a Scooter Braun or something like that, he's a manager, but he's way more than a manager. Most managers cannot do anything for you except for manage your situation. They can't get you a deal. They can't get you none of this stuff. All they can do is manage your situation. And to be totally honest with you guys, unless you're being managed by one of these big management groups, a lot of these small managers get frowned upon in these buildings. They're like, oh, this is my manager right here. This is my manager, such and such, such and such. They're like, okay, who is that? Oh, he's my manager. And they're like, all right, whatever. And pretty much your A&R ends up becoming your manager in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when people are like, oh, I need to get a manager because a manager is going to put me on. No, it does not work like that. All managers can do is manage what you have going on. If you don't have nothing going on, most managers cannot do anything for you. But if you have a lot going on, then that manager can manage that situation. Hence, that's why they get paid in a percentage of what you make. So if you're only bringing in $5,000 a month and most managers charge between 15 and 25%, you know what I'm saying? That manager gets a piece of what you make. But if you're bringing in $500,000 a month, then that manager's going to have to do more stuff and is going to have to deal with more stuff. So they make more money. They're still going to make that 15 to 25% on average. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's saying that you have to have a manager. Nah. And that's for artists. That's for producers. That's whatever. And that's why I say a good publicist is better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, choosing the wrong manager will have you locked into a bad contract with him. Yeah, that's with anybody. But like I say before, a good publicist is actually a lot of times better than having a manager. And I know some of y'all like, what do you mean? A good publicist can do more for you than a manager who does not know how to put you out like that. Some managers do know how to do that. They might go the extra step, but most publicists are the ones who get you on these, on these shows. Right now it's a lot of, it's a lot of stuff going on with vlogs and YouTube. It's a lot of video stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? A good publicist can get you on the right radio stations. A good publicist can get you on the right shows. A good publicist can get you on the right tours. A good publicist can get you in front of crowds that you never thought you can be in front of. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what a good publicist can do for you. They can heighten your career in a sense. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and 365 OTG, it's situations where it's going to be stuff like that where you're an exception to the norm. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely an exception to the norm. And it's going to be some people that are like that. But I'm saying for the majority of the people, it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that. And I've seen people who try to do it on their own and they failed very badly. You know what I'm saying? Well, some publicists can't do nothing. That's what I'm saying. A good publicist. Just like some managers can't do nothing. Some publicists can't do nothing. Some social media people can't do nothing. Some radio people can't do nothing. You got to kind of go through and find the people that are doing it. And then if you try to go with the people who are doing it at the highest level, you're going to pay a ton of money to do it. You know what I'm saying? A good music lawyer. Okay. And some people, I see you saying Blazing Hot Tracks. A good lawyer can connect you with people because a good lawyer most likely represents other people. A really tied-in lawyer might represent that publicist, or they might represent a ton of artists or a ton of producers, and they can say, hey, I represent that person too. I'm gonna hook you up. Like my lawyer, LaRon Rogers, he knows everybody. That's he does everybody's stuff. He has a ton of artists, a ton of producers that are signed to him, and he'll hit me up like, "Hey, I got this artist, man. You might need to check him out, Bolo. I'm gonna try to link y'all up," and that's pretty much about it. It's the link up situation. Doesn't mean they're gonna force anything. It just means that they're gonna link you two together, and you're gonna be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? But going back to what we were talking about with the music, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't think it's going to be like a shift. It's going to take at least about another 10 more years, I think. And then you'll start to kind of slowly see it fade. But I think it's going to be 10 more years. But the scary thing about it is I don't know if it's going to turn into pop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's going to pop. Because it could go into pop. We could be doing this thing in pop mode pretty soon. It's going to be sounding like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be like that. It could be like that. It's going to be crazy. But what do you guys think? Like, you know what I'm saying? As for producers right now, do you guys feel like y'all are trapped in a box right now? Do you guys feel like you're trapped in a box? Do you guys feel like if you want to work with a new artist right now, do you feel like, oh my goodness, either I got to make this type of music or I got to make like some Rod Wave shit? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Should you copyright your beats? You can. Pretty much it's actually copywritten as soon as you do it, but it's not recognized in federal court. So I would say make you a whole bunch of beats and copyright them as a collective rather than doing one by one, because you can actually send in like a collective of tracks at one time and just pay one fee rather than sending in one beat at a time. That would be kind of dope. That would be kind of dope, DJ Hadouken, if it did kind of go to like a boom bap trap style of sound. That would be kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, boom bap beats are going to do numbers on YouTube. That's cool. It's doing numbers on YouTube, but YouTube is a free platform. You don't have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it's going to do numbers on it. Just like trap does do numbers. Just like folk beats, folk music does do numbers. You know what I'm saying? But like right now, what I'm saying is to you guys, do you guys feel that as producers, you're pretty much trapped? You're pretty much trapped into making trap beats. Do you guys feel, you know what I'm saying? Do you guys feel like you're stuck in making trap beats? Okay. Okay, J Hot. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, Hadouken. Okay. So what do you think is next? Who is next? As a producer right now, is there any young producers right now who are really pushing the boundaries? And oh yeah, it's a lot of people on here right now, and some of you guys have not hit that thumbs up. Please, y'all go ahead and hit that thumbs up for me, please. All y'all that are on right now, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, or you can hit that thumbs down. I really don't care. But please hit either one. Hit that thumbs up or that thumbs down so we can get this algorithm working right. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Go in and hit that thing. Come on now. Y'all go on in and hit that thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? So we can go ahead and make sure this thing is right on here. Y'all go ahead and click that for me, please. Monty Booker. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button, please. Monty Booker, you say? Okay, cool. So who do you okay, tell me some producers right now who you guys think are pushing the boundaries, and do you guys think that they can push the boundaries to the point to where we can really change everything musically? Thank you, Mr. Sharp. It might. I hope it is like a whole throwback sound. I hope it does come back to a throwback sound. That'll be actually kind of good, Rez. Rez. Yeah, it's no longevity at all. No longevity. Like, longevity is out. Hit Boy, yeah, I can see Hit Boy doing it because he's doing more albums with more artists and stuff like that. I can see that. Do you think Afro beats? Do you think what they're doing in Africa might change the game? We forgot about that. Do you think what they're doing over there in Africa is going to change the game? Okay, only the funk. Okay, R&B type beats. I feel you on that. I feel you. You think artists working with one producer is going to be the future? I hope so. You know what I'm saying? I hope so. I have no problem working with people who send me loops and stuff like that, but to have 3 and 4 people on some of the simplest tracks, I just don't understand that. It's like, what did Russian is hard right now? Okay. I'm still trying to figure out, like, when I listen to certain tracks, I'm like, so who did what? What did they do? It wasn't much to do. I'm like, okay, he just did the hi-hats, he did the bass, and he did the snare. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Afro beats is going to be something that's going to take over all this stuff too? Kanye, man. Kanye. Okay. I see what you guys are saying. Real hip hop forever. Okay. Too many hands in one pot. I can see that too. Yeah, and like I was saying before, and it's not no knock to everybody who likes to go in there and produce, but like, come on, man. A beat with 6 sounds does not need 5 producers. Even 3 producers. 2 at the most. Now, if you're like a duo, that's cool. I can understand that. But to have a beat with like 6, 7 sounds in it and you got 5 producers, I'm just trying to figure out who did what. Like, who did what? Now, let me add, I will say this with somebody was saying about Timbaland. Now, with Timbaland, you can see somebody probably did the melody. He might have did the actual beat to it, and then you might bring somebody in to work on the bass. You know, this guy might be good on the bass. He might be good on electric bass, or he might just be good at laying bass lines down. This guy might be good at doing melodies and stuff like that, like piano melodies and just using that sound design to make some stuff. So I can see no more than 3 with the type of production that we got going on right now. No more than 3. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. Like, you know, you got like 5 people with 6 sounds in the beat. Yeah, like, what did you do? like for real, what did you do? The one dude is the cowbell specialist. Oh man, it needs more cowbell. What the dude said, I have a fever, and the only thing that's going to cure it is more cowbell. Now, I'm not making no beats tonight, I got my sequential hooked up, but this thing sounds good too. Ooh, that sequential sounds so good. Oh, man. That thing sounds good. The cowbell specialist. ATL Jacobs been on a nice little run too. Nice little run. The Bronx Save Hip Hop. Shout out to Ice Spice. Produced for Killer Priest Wu-Tang. I don't know about that. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I just want to come on here late night and have a good conversation. Another thing I want to ask y'all guys too, what are y'all doing on the 4th tomorrow? Y'all like cooking out or y'all just chilling? Should I come back on live tomorrow? Maybe do like a little beat pop up or something? Or y'all like, nah, nah, son. What should I do? Should I come on here live again tomorrow? Maybe make some beats or something like that? Because I'm just gonna have nothing but time. I already got my food ready to go. I'm finna eat, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I got the sequential. Yeah. How long have you made beats? For 23 years now. Buying some barbecue. What city do you think be next? I wouldn't necessarily say like a city. I gotta just say like a state. I love what Tennessee is doing. Tennessee always just hangs around all the time when it comes to that. Yes, I got it from Z-Zounds. I got it from Zounds. I call it Z-Zounds, Zounds.com. I did ask y'all, look, Rez, I did ask you what the future should be. You know what I'm saying? I did. Okay, people chilling? Okay, I might be doing that. I know when it gets dark, I know everybody gonna be shooting their fireworks and stuff like that, which I need to go pick up a box tomorrow. I be spending like $200, $300, $400 on fireworks because I like to put on the show. Only thing is cleaning it up the next day. All right. My neighborhood's cool, but cleaning this shit up, it's always a problem. When did you start making beats? I started making beats in 2000, the year 2000. First beat I ever made was made on Cakewalk on somebody's computer in the year 2000, believe it or not. All right, but I'm going to go ahead and catch me some Z's tonight, y'all. This was a great live, and thanks to, who was it? Thanks to Only the Funk for going ahead and sending that donation to the chat revenue. Thank you for going ahead and doing that. I'm going to start coming on here a little bit more with these lives and stuff like that so we can sit down. Any discussions or conversations that you guys want to have, please let me know. We doing some cook-ups. I'm going to be messing around with some of my stuff over here as well. And, we're going to be doing this a little bit more over here on the tube. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys hit me up. Make sure you guys follow my communities tab. Make sure you guys, if you guys need some equipment, make sure you go to Zounds.com and pick up some equipment today. They have a ton of stuff on there with no credit or background check. If you need some cases, make sure you go holler at my guys over at Analog Cases. And go ahead, just after the video's over with, go down in the video description, look at all of the affiliates right that I got in there and click on them and see if it's something that you like. And yeah, we're going to come back on here again. We're going to do more lives like this. You know what I'm saying? As long as y'all rocking with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue to keep doing, more lives, okay? Because I like lives. It's just, you can just get on here, have fun, and talk. And it's not like you're sitting there and you're doing take after take, doing the long form content. But thank you guys so much for coming on. I'm going to catch some Z's, and I will probably holler back at you tomorrow. All right? Happy 4th of July. See you guys later on. All right. Peace out.